Seems to be working. With the aircraft? The light is good. Let's see if the light shimmers. Let's try it. It does a bit of light. Let's put it in. And try to switch it. Thank you. Thank you. And the sound is on. Yeah. It's in different parts of this. That's it. So fun. Dave, Chicago Bolter, you certainly put a lot of details on your paintings. That's right, Dave. I do. I also there is about 40 to 50 layers of fine oil on the oil painting surface. So it's lots of details, and there is also textures and light being shown. But you're right, the details are very important. I have all the I's dotted and all the T's crossed, and the strong definition is very important in my opinion. Hi, Sujo. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm a professional artist. I work. on commission, or I sell the works that I've done. This one is a bit different because this one is one of six paintings in a fourth dimension, which are part of my private collection. But I'm a professional artist and I sell my works, yes. And that's why the details take a very important role, because you see, if somebody commissions me to make a painting for them, it's very crucial for me to be able to include all the details that uniquely paint the thing they want as the thing it is. Like you say, you are a boater. I've done some paintings for people with boats and yachts, and there's lots of little details and symbolisms that are important to the people ordering paintings. I will paste here the address of my internet site where you can see some of my finished pieces. Yes, yes, good evening, Sujak. I see you. You're welcome, Dave. Also, details are what uniquely define a person to be that person. See, as a master of pre-classical realism, I use this traditional technique that was used in the Middle Ages on the royal courts for to paint commissioned pieces. And at those days, mm, there was no photography or things like that. So if somebody wanted to see how the person looked like, and that could have been somebody like overseas in a big distance, one royal wanted to see how another one looks like, that could only be done by through the work of an artist. Um, so the details very very crucial because it was to specify the unique identity of the person and their image only through the means of a simple tool like a paintbrush. But it comes very very useful nowadays because you'll find when something is important to somebody, mm, when something is really important, it has very particular specific features, and that needs to be respected. Yeah, I wrote once instead of want, but it's alright. I think I've seen this, didn't I? It's funny because the black hole turned out to be perfectly in frame, and I actually intended to have other forms in here, like this nebula or this nebula more with colors, but there I have the black hole right there, but it's no problem. I imagine people are already lining up in those places because they already, it's not midnight yet. It's, oh, not on this, alright. Oh, it's like New Year's Eve now. Where I'm from, the bars have just opened outdoors, just but still they've opened after long months of being closed. So it is a bit of a particular moment, and people are celebrating it in their way. That's why but this clock was different. That's why I wasn't sure. That's why they must have lined up. That's why they were there so early to. Yeah. Hi, do I believe in aliens? I don't consider it to be question of belief or non-belief, to be honest. I have no religion and no politics, and I find so many interesting creatures. Like when I look at the depths of the oceans, there is so many interesting creatures, and interesting creatures are everywhere. And then if somebody calls them aliens because they are alien to them, might be so. Somebody might call me an alien because I'm alien to them. So I don't even take it in a category of belief. Alien can be person from one country to person from another country. So I don't, yeah, something from another planet. As from another planet, I think there's so much life everywhere. I have no doubts that it exists on other planets as well. Nice, I believe in aliens too. I see. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I honestly don't think it's such a big issue about the belief, because when you see, for example, these when I was looking into the deep sea creatures, I thought they are so strange. Take a spaghetti monster, take a anglerfish. You could call them alien as well. So whose side are you taking on the recent Israel-Palestine conflict? Oh, I'm not into politics nor into religion. I don't. I very much keep away from any politics and any religion, and that's part of my of my technique. That's a part of keeping my technique pure. That's my ethos of work. I don't have to take a side because I am not a politician. I am not dealing with any of this directly. I have nothing to do with any of this. So I don't have to take a side. If I was there and if I was having to deal with this or be part of it in any way, then maybe it would be that I would have to take a side, but only at the point when I did have to. But I don't have to, Firehole. I don't. You see, mm, what is part of my working ethos, which I practice very much, is objectivism, and um, I stay away from many things to keep me objective in order to keep my technique pure. So I honestly don't have to. It's a question of morals. As an artist, this should be important. No, morals are not important to me. I'm not an, I don't work in ethics. I don't. Mm, I don't. I I don't have to speak about morals. I work in visual arts, so I'm not encouraging, nor does encourage any moral sides. And morals themselves are very heavily linked to emotions, and these I have nothing to do with. I stay away from most of the emotional patterns around me. And also morals are such a thing that can change. You see morals, well, you see people being ashamed for this and that, once for one thing, then for opposite thing. Morals themselves mean nothing to me, really. They only have like emotional value, which I don't take it to be anything realistically. Morals can be based on reason, not just emotions. Um, mm, mm, wait a minute. Morals, well, I would have to look into definition of morals. The reasons, you can find as I said, like with aliens, the world is so rich into things. You can pull out reasons for anything from anywhere. You can reason till the cows come back from the field for one or another uh, cause. That's why we have such a thing as debates and so on. As an artist uses morals as a tool, an artist uses morals as a tool in their personality. Is not just some binary thing. No, I don't use morals. I don't use morals at all. I work in visual arts, and as I said, I practice objectivity. I find an objective, even objectification of things very important, like of the creatures in the deep sea, or of the view of a landscape. And I'm not using morals at all. No, not a tool. And not in my personality. My personality doesn't have anything to do with my profession. So you couldn't be more wrong than you tried. And the concept of the human experience morals. And no, it doesn't fit. Human experience and morals are completely different things. Emotions, feelings, senses, morals, subjectivity, that's part of artistic expression. No, not in my technique. I'm a master of pre-classical realism, and I use traditional technique, which originates from the Middle Ages, which is taught through 5 years of an apprenticeship, drawing and painting 10 hours a day, every day, where an apprentice learns to be objective, professional, non-emotional. You express morals in the concept of the human form in painting. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't. The moral of vitality, visage. No, 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 I don't. You see, my work as a person who composed the paintings is not the same as a work of some interpreters or people who see this or that in it. They can do so, but I am an artist. I'm not an art historian. I'm not a psychologist. I don't work in ethics. I'm not a politician, and I have nothing to do with any religious concept. So I have none to do with any of this. And frankly, I'm glad about that, because that allows me to look into deep sea creatures and bioluminescence in a really true and way that allows me to keep my technique and show it and present it in a clear way without any of this pollution. I have none of that. If I wanted to think morals, I think it would be so we lost what one culture calls morals and what another. Nice try, Pi Ho. So if you are about all this objectivity, how come last time you told me painting in the nude makes you better? No, I meant about it. I didn't say it makes me better. I meant that it allows my body to endure long hours of meticulous work. I did say maybe that it's like a kind of a courage thing that could possibly, um, you see, I am clear when I work this way. That's another aspect of it, but it's nothing to do with. Um, I don't know what you're going. Where are you going with this? It naturism and my work. It has to do with my body being able to endure long hours of meticulous work. And also, it's simply very hot where I'm working because the paintings need high temperature and low humidity in order to dry. So that has nothing to do with astrology. That's very down to earth stuff. That's very realistic, down to earth stuff. Uh, is the painting in the nude not a form of morals technically? Not at all, Pi-hole, not at all. It's purely physical. Nice try. It's nothing to do with any morals. Astrology, well, and there's a painting of a black hole behind me, but that's just one of the subjects of my paintings. Is quite spiritual, at least not at all. I don't consider myself to be spiritual in any way. By any means, I don't consider myself spiritual. I am realistic artist. I am a master of pre-classical realism, which is very down to earth, based on solidly based on a stable technique learned through an apprenticeship. So it's totally down to earth, reasonable, nothing to do with any spiritualistic thing. And saying you are hot is silly. Just open a window. Oh, my window is open, but I work in high temperatures because paintings dry in this condition. Nice try. There's clothes you can wear which ventilate your body better than sitting nude. That's none of your business. I wear what I want when I want. And no, it's not true. There isn't clothes like that. Birthday suit is the only one, and I know because I'm a fashion designer as well, especially in allowing more water to evaporate. Not at all. Take hold. Not at all. Nice try. Yet you sit there in your sweat juices saying nice try and pretending to be objective. Yes, I am. I am Keiko. Nice try. Nice try. Also, get a fan to make your paint dry faster. I know what to do. I know my technique by heart. Ventilation is more important than heat. I have perfect ventilation. Perfect ventilation. Nice try. Your hair is barely moving. The ventilation could be improved. It's perfect as it is, but you know what? You can switch the stream off anytime. I think that comes effortless, and I think you will do yourself a favor because You will not have to get overexcited over this keyboard like that. And nice try again. Oh, I think that Keiko must have been really hungry. I could reproduce the entire piece in 15 minutes with an inkjet printer. You're dreaming. You're dreaming. As I said, you must be really hungry. Are you maybe fasting or something? And how could you reproduce it when it's not finished yet? Oh god, algorithms fill the gaps quickly. Nice. Oh no, your technique is easily emulated. You see, Keiko, my technique is based on the not just imagery that you get as an easy as a ready image that you can replicate, which is possible to do like with the view of a landscape, but it's based on those 40 to 50 layers of fine oil paint, and that does give the structure that no printer can do. Also, meticulous brush strokes done by a work of a hand are irreplaceable by any means of any machine. Nice try. The AI won't keep saying nice try every time I prove it wrong though. Body all generates the layers easily as computer program. No, Pi-hole, you don't know how the computer's programs work. No, they don't generate it at all. And the structure of oil paint is irreplaceable. It's like you cannot replace the oak wood with the sawdust. It doesn't work. It's the structure, physical structure. Nice try, but actually that was a weak one. This shows you are really out of touch with reality by all these tries because um to try to replace an oil painting, which I explained so many times has to do with many layers of paint, with a print, that shows you are really out of touch with reality. That's why I ask if you're hungry or something, that you're out of your senses with far more accuracy. Well, if that you are contradicting yourself there also. Hungry, hungry for knowledge. I hope you're um that's Ben. Hungry, hungry for knowledge. I hope you are doing well, Kate. And are you happy with your progress? Hi, Ben. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Um, this just I think this pie hole, fake hole is very hungry. It's like trying to guard me with things. Um, and how could it? I have to. Physical structure will be fully formed in an You're dreaming, Keiko. It really doesn't work like that. Sadly, you don't even know enough about AI. You are just randomly splattering bits of ink on paper. It is not ink even, it's an oil paint. Um, oh no, you couldn't be more wrong than you tried, really. You really are out of sense. No, the oil isn't stained with ink. No, no. These are not even nice tries. These are these are really out. You're getting out of touch. No, it isn't. Hello, Facebook. Hence my question: is this person hungry for knowledge or just provocation? Prove it wrong. I don't need to prove anything to you, Keiko. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. What you are talking about has no sense and no meaning to me whatsoever. You say I'm incapable. If you believe so, I don't care. I can't care less about your opinion, really, Keiko. I couldn't care less about your opinion. Why? Because because you've proven in your dialogue, first of all, because it's part of me being objective towards my work, but most importantly, you proved worthless in a dialogue. You proved yeah, you shown your opinion would be worthless. That's why I couldn't care less if I tried about what you are writing or what you are saying. Yeah, I consider you to be so out of touch with reality and with the technique I'm using and what I'm doing. Mm, I think that it's like it's asking a horse to speak or something like that. Doesn't make sense. That's not a valid reason not to care. Oh yes, it is. It's totally rational. In that case, then you should easily be able to prove me wrong. No, I'm totally not interested. You're not even on the level to challenge me in any way. That's why I'm saying I just nice tries because what you have written is very like very very low, very typical, and it could in some way latch on hyper realistic artists, as if I was a hyper realist sort of painting by numbers from projected photo, but I'm doing something completely different with my perspective and a technique. I'm not a hyper realist, so respectfully, Kate, there are always critics. Some are worth listening to, while others not so. Exactly, Ben. Yes, exactly. Because you're very low. Okay. Yes, yes, Bible. Yes, some are totally not worth. Like when they speak out of touch, then the word means nothing to me, and then it can really degrade. It can upgrade sometimes, but usually, well, that's not exactly a valid reason, though. The fact, valid reason for what? I don't know what you are talking about. Do you not fear you might be the one who knows nothing? No, I don't fear that, Kaiho. I've already proved it. I don't fear that. I don't need to prove anything to you. Do you feel more comfortable to be with people who fear? Do you feel more comfortable to talk to people who fear about about knowing nothing? maybe then you should go and seek company of those people. Imagine. Yes, I think that I think you seem to be really looking for this sort of fear thing, and you might be more comfortable with less confident people. So you really dropped bad on me because I'm very confident in my technique. I know what I'm doing, I know what it is about, and I have already proven everything that there is to be proven. So that's why I couldn't care less about you. Like, oh, you don't even cast a slightest shadow of doubt in me, not in any way, not by any means. I'm so far away from this, and so many people have tried, for so long with me, in so many ways, people in reality, that this really is nothing. Mm, pretending you are painting on it, and acting like you are some sort of Da Vinci dear artisan. No, I have nothing to do with Da Vinci. My technique is from before that, from the Middle Ages. It actually, in its ideas, opposes a lot to Da Vinci. So again, there you are very wrong and very far off then. But as you are well aware, by engaging with the foolish, you are feeding their ego. You are highly respected by most of us and hate to see you annoyed unfairly. I am not annoyed, Ben, and I sort of, as I said, I am used to dealing with those. That is also the reason why I switched. I think you printed out and you can think what you want about printing out and things like that. Um, Ben, this is part of life. Wanting to avoid that, I would want to not to be alive. These people are everywhere. I get so much jealousy, either in real life, either in every possible way. So I actually embrace them because ignoring them not only doesn't work, but doesn't improve one's ways of dealing with them. And the planet is full of them, really. There's so many of them, and if one follows the PR people's advices to switch them off and to ignore them, then they go into the streets and then they fear because they may get attacked or they don't know, and because they haven't faced their opponents, they don't even know what to fear of or what to fear about. So that's why I don't follow this advice from PR people, and I deal with them, and I have dealt with them already whilst I was painting in public places. And also, I asked my master to teach me in a way so I can work publicly, and that was just part of the training. Because masters of pre classical realism, as I told you, their work isn't branded in a typical way that managers have branded artists' work. So, part of it is dealing with those in that way. And it's not working on popular demand, and it's not trying to create an average product for everyone that is available for everyone. It's something completely else. This stream isn't typical. Got any OnlyFans link? No, I don't. I don't. I checked the OnlyFans platform and I've seen the ladies speaking about it and how they do it. I don't have my own OnlyFans platform. I looked into it and because I wanted to know what it is about, but I decided it is not for me, this OnlyFans thing. So I don't have it, and I don't watch the other ones that much on it either, because I found when I was looking for information about it and tutorials on how some women started, I found the types of females that don't inspire me. A lot of them they do it. I have nothing against them, and I don't criticize them for doing so. It's just not my thing, so I haven't got any links. But my friend, you are at your best when intellectually challenged. You enjoy the debate when an intelligent observation or criticism is made. That's right, Ben. But I must tell you that I need to learn to deal with those low ones, with those like intellectually not that challenging, with those sort of simple animal ones, like because they are often a let down to a lot of people. But I have done that. So I do enjoy intellectual challenge. Oh dear, I even fight it with sailors. I do deal with physical challenges, with all kinds of challenges, all those moral challenges, all those emotional challenges. I have even slaughtered an animals being challenged by some. So it really isn't that simple that I just enjoy an intellectual challenge because my work is so holistic that I do face challenges of all sorts. Your numbers might be good on OnlyFans. I don't know what do you mean about numbers. I have no numbers. Ah, you mean as views and that I told you I am not part of pop culture and I bet on quality of things rather than quantity of them. So I told you I don't work in a way like managers or like PR people suggest. I don't work in this sort of popularity stream way in that way with the artist angle. Yes, yes, I probably would, but it is not my domain. I told you I don't do things like that. Would you like to do OnlyFans if you were a girl, okay, Cole? Would you have more chance? If I was a woman, I would if I earn good money. Exactly, exactly, exactly. There is your morals. That gives you your moral image, right? Because that's what you were asking about, morals at the beginning of this dialogue. So now you have your morals. Take a good look at what you've just written. I love the dynamics of your channel, the varied topics and the strength you show in the pursuit of your art and the unjust critic. What's immoral about that? Take a big mirror pie hole and take a look at it. And also, I'm not a moral specialist, as I told you. They are nothing to me. If you would do it too, if you would do it too if you weren't so scared. No, it just isn't my thing. I would do it if I wanted to, and I did consider doing it when somebody said, "Oh, that's a new platform, check it out." I looked at it with a total openness, and I had no moral no judgments whatsoever. As I said, I don't use morals or emotions in that way. But I just checked it out, and I decided it isn't for me. I have no moral compass. I told you I'm not interested in the morals. You just take a good look at what you have written. If I naked and that's basically OnlyFans already. Well, take a good look at my frame. Victor Mama is now gold. Nice try. Yes, exactly. That's what I wanted to say. Nice try. But that's giving you a credit because it isn't really the level yet. It isn't that live. It's still kind of stiff dinosaurish with this. with these dynamics of the conversation. Try to squeeze out something better, then maybe we can talk, and then I can tell you nice try a bit more. Because last one, when I said nice try, that was giving you a credit of a nice try. I was kind of pointing out how nice try is doomed. Uh, well, it didn't work. It's your little retreat when I point out an issue. No, it isn't so. Okay, back to work. Personally, I'm getting pissed off with playground level foolishness. Take care, my friend. Thank you very much, Ben. No problem. Leave them out for me. Have a good time working. Thank you. And I appreciate the handshake emoji. I have no problem with low level. There's lots of people like that around me actually, they are the main thing I need to deal with every day. There was one yesterday, was so raining, the rain was pouring so heavily, and one was walking in the street blowing his nose like that, just down with the rain. Things like that, like the lowest low. That is what usually smart people are helpless against, because like just your hands just drop down, and like what can I do with that? Or all those sort of, yeah, I see all kinds of people like that. Funny here now, and now they're drinking and partying. I can hear them. They're going crazy. So yeah, so I have to develop in a way so they don't intimidate me. If you had any, and they don't, and if you had any idea of the things I had to deal with, um, so that's why I don't look to avoid them or scare away from them. And as I said, no problem, bring them to me, I'll sort them out. Tell some stories. Oh, I told you about the one that reminded me of you, the one snoozing out in the rain. There's a lot of things like that. There's a lot of like alcoholism, and because of that, people are very irrational and can be dangerous. All kinds of things. There's the sort of the so-called intelligent people. They're only part of it. It's like we were talking about the aliens. They are only like one kind of species and one part of, but this sort of jealousy, intimidation, competition, frustration, that comes at all kinds of social levels, and at all genders or ages. It really has no particular face of its own. But the thing, there is always the same core thing. And also, funnily about all this, that when somebody doesn't have any of those intentions towards me, however arrogant I can behave, however full of myself I can behave, they don't mind that because it doesn't disturb them. So that's a very interesting lesson for you. Mm, I can be very proud, very arrogant, and when one doesn't have this jealousy, frustration, competition towards me, mm, they totally don't mind. They're cool about it. It's like a frequency thing. A lot of also like all this like uh, a bit like you, also the guys who would dream to be girls, and they have a certain ideas of what they would do if they were girls, and then they are jealous seeing a girl doing what she does because they think, it all comes so easy for her, or this or that. A lot of this between gender jealousy actually, because you see, my orientation is different. I am into girls, so I don't fall for like easy automatic things between people in the same way. So often it happens, this sort of competition and this sort of jealousy thing. I probably have to sort of get rid of drunken people from the doorstep or something. You have jealousy of guys too. Ever girl who's no, I don't. I don't have jealousy of guys because I know how to make girls happy, so I don't have that frustration. As I told you with fashion, I can dress like a girl, I can dress like a boy, but I have no needs whatsoever of gender change, and I have no interest of such. I know how that turns out, and I know it doesn't work. And if I want to have some sort of body part, um, I don't want to have any other body parts than I have. And if I need something, I know how to use it. Your self belief is not a threat to the confident. Only the weak are threatened by your strength. Exactly, Ben. Much love and keep on keeping on. Thank you, Ben. Kind of you to write it. Nice that you are still here. Thank you, Ben. Keep well. Do you have a transgender history? No, Kaiho. I have none of that whatsoever. Stop dreaming. No, I haven't got any. I have none of that, none of that type of frustration. But you can have it. You can have it, and I don't mind. But I don't. Who's making the background noises? Sweetie, my lovely love. I got a pet crab. No, I've got a love. And you? A log. Oh, you see, there's your morals and your emotional status. Love. Love. Sweetie, lovely love, sweetheart, happy relationship, togetherness, satisfaction, you know, making each other happy, sharing everything with another person, that kind of thing. Ah, I see. How this hobby is being paid now. Makes no sense what you're writing. But it's funny, this jealousy in what you have written. It does, but your brain rejects everything I type for some reason. Yes, because it's totally inappropriate and it couldn't be more away from being right than if you have tried. And because I'm not stupid, then and my kindest regards to Sweetie. I have meant to extend the metaphorical handshake to your good lady. Thank you very much, Ben. That's really kind of you. We appreciate it. Thank you. We appreciate it the most. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, you see, and Sweetie isn't jealous of the fact of me liking girls or anything like that. Sweetie's not jealous at all. Is Sweetie a top or a bottom? Makes no sense, Paiho. Makes no sense. Sweet is my private person. As I said, I'm not a loner or anything. Love is very important to me. To you, Paiho, and you can see that you are used to talking to yourself or feeling your own importance and fulfilling your own ideas of it. But mm, uh, as a some miss objective now, suddenly love is very important to me. Of course it is. It's crucial. Otherwise, I would be lone. I don't want to be a loner who is out of touch with reality like you are. After you started shifting hands about with your foot, you crazy bitch. Oh, you're getting carried away. um, you're making me consider which side to be on, actually. Shifting. Um, where's your morals about women, eh? That's another part of the brain. Oh, but when you are in a good relationship, jealousy has no place. Asian women have the necessary patience for us creative souls. That's nice. You're right, Ben. Exactly. Thank you so much. You're right. Where's your wife from, Ben? If that's okay to ask. Mm. Manila. Ah, we met while I was a nurse. The best person I have ever met, but I tried to keep that opinion secret from her. Oh, let her know, Ben. That's really nice. That's lovely. Uh, sorry for saying that, let her know, but I think it's good to let them know. Me and Sweetie let each other know all the time. I think it's good sometimes, you know. It's important for her. She needs to know for her heart, and that it's good to let her know. Nice. Keiko, monkey behavior doesn't work either. You wanted to know something, um, because you wanted to know something about humanitarian values and things like that. You mentioned morality and so on. So monkey tricks don't work on high humanitarian values. That doesn't latch on to people's things. Yes, because he wrote, and they are a purport of human values. No, no, not those monkey tricks, Firehole. They aren't. They are not at all. Human values are far beyond those monkey things you are writing. And that's if you want to learn. Integration of the Shadow by Carl Jung. And mm, she knows I adore her. The seventh month of pregnancy is taking an emotional toll on her. So I'm telling her often how much I love her. Wow, how beautiful she is. She will start to believe me soon. Oh, that's nice, Ben. That's lovely. That's really lovely. I really wish you both very well and hope everything goes very well for you all happily together. It's very nice, beautiful. Oh, you're jealous of that as well. Would you like to be pregnant yourself, Kaiko? I've seen that also many times. Some guys really they go so far because you wanted me to tell you the stories. They would do anything. Being pregnant is easy. Ah, I bet you tried, eh? I bet you tried. I'm neither of those two, Keiko. But I see you are enjoying my blue eyes and the whiteness of my skin. And I hope the same sentiment for you and Sweetie. True love is a rare and precious thing and must be celebrated. Thank you very much, Ben. Your aggressor is pregnant with a third only. Yes, however many guys he might have tried, he still cannot get there. That's what they have often. Na is the accent. No, I don't think so, but if you wrote so, it must be in your mind's imagination. So, what you have written probably is, yeah, it is from your mind, so it tells you about yourself again, Firehole. No, no, it isn't. It isn't. It's from your mind. That means it is in your mind. That means that's how you imagine a relationship between people. That comes from you, from no one else. Which again gives you this moral mirror which you've been looking for. Mm, sounds like your mind is the shattered one. No, it isn't. It's perfectly fine. Although with yourself it seems like you've more got autism because you fixate on things and miss the point. No, I haven't. Nice try again though. That's also a typical thing that the guys do when they get so frustrated and this doesn't work and that doesn't work. Then they say, oh, that's crazy woman. That's what you're doing. Maybe he's suffering with impaction, too much taking and no giving. Wink, wink. I think so, Ben. I think so, Ben. Yeah, that's what happens to them. That's a good one. That's the best. That's the best, Ben. No, my laughter is genuine. It really is funny, and it really comes out of you. So the more you try to like act it out, the more it comes out, like a pink ass on a baboon. No, Ben isn't the top OnlyFans supporter. I haven't got OnlyFans account. You couldn't be more wrong if you tried. Try to get pregnant instead. Give it another go. Mm, just go to it. And that's where you like to go to. I said, wherever your one is, I'm not interested. Enough of such foolishness. How many layers have gone into the piece? A lot of deep detail. Yes, it's true, but this one is with all these water things and waterness and the depths of water. Um, it's going to be more than 50 layers when it's finished. And now I think it's about 30. It's about 30 layers, but not everywhere. Some parts have more, some parts have less. But it's going to have to be so deep, these water structures. And I was very happy to find out the other day that 3/4 of the deep sea life is bioluminescent because I needed to work out this light stuff, and I had an idea of doing it in that way, but I haven't had confirmation. And then I started to look into this, and I started from looking into information on how does the anglerfish get its light from on that little rod, because anglerfish is that one with like a funny looking um, head, and it has like a little rod and a little lantern on it. So then I've learned about this photobacterium and other things, and about other creatures, and then I read that actually 3/4 of them are bioluminescent, which is very crucial because I'm changing the look of this painting from a very deep dark one, which I'm using as a basis, into more brightness, but not as a brightness that we are used to do three-dimensional presentations. And that's where this photobacterium and other bioluminescent information helps me with very much. No, that's a spam message that comes on Twitch. It's yes, I know he wrote that, but that is really beautiful. Goodness, how much time has gone into it so far. The football fish has an illuminating hand that hangs before its mouth to attract smaller fish. One washed up recently. Wow! Thank you, Ben. Thank you so much. That is so interesting. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I also heard about them using this light for sort of hunting their prey and that. Amazing. Thank you. And you've seen one washed up. Wow. No, it isn't. It is very interesting. Wow. It isn't useless. It's amazing, these things. And a lot of scientists are still analyzing, like, where does it come from? How was it done? They sort of dissect this anglerfish and they try to understand where does the light start? How does the fish come into the contact with this photobacterium to then work with it together, and that, so it is really interesting, and it is really mysterious because people haven't worked it out yet. So it is honestly interesting. I hope it is not useless at all. And if somebody finds it and sees it, mm, like in reality, like Ben has seen it washed up at the seashore, that's the most interesting because they've seen it when they're with their own eyes. Like, I know bioluminescence from the sea also, and that's when it started to interest me. And based on the experience from reality, I looked into it um, as a thing that has been like researched by other people in the depths of sea waters. So it is the most interesting when somebody finds things like that. And you'll be surprised what people can find. You should Google it. Incredible prehistoric creature will be on display in a museum soon. Wow, that's amazing. I love. Thank you, Ben. I do appreciate that very much. I will check it out. Thank you. See, I really do appreciate those stories so much. I've heard and I've asked fishermen so many things about so much about many things like that they've seen, and I love to hear the descriptions and what they've seen and when and how at the sea. It's super interesting. Mm. it is really interesting. I love to hear those. I've been like asking fishermen more and more about those things, what they've seen, what was the strangest. Always asking what was the strangest thing they've ever pulled out of the sea and things like that. Thank you, Ben. That's not. Oh, wow! Yeah, it has this thing in front of it with the light on. I'm seeing this football fish. It is really interesting. Wow. Please tell me, are the light areas depicting light or movement? On this one, both. On the one with the moon, I'm working on another painting where I am painting a seashore, and their bioluminescence has to do with the movement, and it's seen like from the beach. But on this one, there's going to be both movement and light. So some of this will be like reacting to movement of this light, um, light sensitive creatures, and some of it will be just light as a thing to maybe attract. Mhm. Angler fish. Ah, the football fish is also from angler fish. Ah, thank you. That's interesting. Yeah, from the same family. Yeah, yeah, these are amazing. Yeah, that's what I was looking into. That they try to find out how does it start? How does that fish get together in cooperation with that bacteria? When does it start in the life of the fish? It's interesting. And I'm going to do some part where the light is part of the movement, and some where it's just like still, maybe to sort of attract other species or something. Is that too strong? Yeah, check. I'll be reading comments. I just check the cooking thing. In the next video, could we see the piece from the other perspective? I enjoy your works ability to look totally different from either side while maintaining compositional balance. Yes, Ben, no problem. I will do that. I will turn it to a different angle. I will look through the streams how I had it before, and I will try to put it in a new angle. Oh, and most importantly, what are you cooking? Or is Sweetie being creative? I'll tell you, Ben, we are making liver and onions, and this time is a turkey liver because that's what we got a good liver of. And we are making stew with chicken's feet. Your wife may know that we found a really good quality chicken's feet today, and we like that food, but it's not always easy to find good quality ones. And when they are there, they're great because they have a lot of collagen and they're very healthy. So once in a while, we have this sort of chicken's feet fix, and that's what we are doing now. And as we don't like soups and cooking with water, because sometimes we make a broth with them, we sort of stew them on a very low heat with a lot of wet vegetables like courgettes, and we have covered them with cabbage leaves, so the humidity stays in, and all these gelatinous parts can get soft and fall off the bones. So that's what we are cooking. Awful and awful. Liver and chicken feet. And before a break, mm, and Sweetie is going to pour out a passion flower tea. We're doing that one as well. Oh, it's not for me, so more to eat for my lady. Yes, yes. These are really good things actually. The liver, it gives really good energy, and when it's like that, like now, the season is, and the spring is not fully through yet, and there are elements of summer and winter, so the liver gives us very good energy, and that's why we get it and we cook it. We started actually quite recently because we're not sure of what about where to get it from. Thanks. But then we found a good meat sauce, so we can get good awful things, and we like things like that a lot. We eat a lot of it recently. The livers, hearts, but they are popular in my country actually. People say, try passion flower tea sounds delicious. I'll try to get some for my Sweetie. Yes, it is nice actually. It's very it might be good for her in a difficult time, as you say. It's been a bit stressful, and no wonder, because with the situation as it is, um, it's natural that it's more stressful than otherwise. But it's very nice and very calming, very mild. It is one of the many reasons I appear in your chats. Escape. Hmm. Um. Oh. Like a stressful time, like because of the, yes, I see what you mean. I understand. No problem with that then. It is really difficult times, but I understand. Nobody knows how things are going to go with those things, and what used to be part of a natural live rhythm is now not sure. I understand. No criticism. I think you need to look for positive and calm. Yeah, I think that positive and calm very important. Passion flower actually is nice because it's a bit calming. Like lavender is like that also, and bring chamomile or calming things. Very important, I think. Calm, positive and calm. 100%. We are both old for the first time, and distraction with good and intelligent company helps to escape my worries, hence my gratitude to you. Oh, that's really nice when told for the first time. Distraction with good and I see what you mean. I don't think you are too old. I think it just dropped at the difficult time. I think I don't think anyone is too old, like as long as it works, biologically. But I think the difficult time can be a complicating factor, a difficult factor, because the times are so like you don't know anything with those. But it's true the most important is to just stay calm and positive and try to bring this positive into the place where the worries are as well. And through calm you can do it. Oh, that's how I think. I think it's important to stay calm and positive, and through the calm, bring the positive into the mm, worry zones or into that not sure parts. It's possible. People are really partying crazily. And the moment they can, they party crazy. Keep smiling, keep working, and enjoy life where you can. I hope you and Sweetie have a great evening together, and I look forward to your next stream. Much respect as always. Thank you very much, Ben. I appreciate all the nice words from you. Thank you very much. And I hope you and your love are alright as well. And have a lovely weekend together. so loud. Yes, so much monotonous sound. There's really million places all over the it's everywhere. Yeah, but mhm. And it's the sound of people or super the music, everything. You can hear the people, screams that people are alive. Oh, I need earplugs. Hello, hello there. I can see your picture, but I cannot say your name. I don't know how. Sorry, I cannot read. Mm-hmm. Yes, I don't know how to read Russian. Maybe Miena, but I don't want to misspell your name. Incredible skill. Thank you very much. Miena, please correct me if I spell your name in the wrong way. I just do so intuitively. Thank you very much. I am using a technique of pre-classical realism, which I've learned through 5 years of apprenticeship. It is a technique that originates from the Middle Ages. So I literally learned how to paint like an old master from the times when they were working anonymously. And I asked my master to teach me in a way so I can work publicly so people can see how it's done. It's very meticulous, very time taking technique. so rightful of you to write skill, because that's what it is. It's a skill. It's a technique I've learned. So see. Why question mark? And Miena is my son. Magic drawing. Um, thank you. It is an. I'm using oil paint, and it is 1 meter 40 by 1 meter composition, which is one of my six fourth dimensional paintings. So when it's finished, it's actually going to be fourth dimensional. I'm using this traditional technique, which I've learned from the Middle Ages, to explore the subject of fourth dimensionality on six paintings. And these six paintings are going to be a part of my private collection. And that's what I'm working on. And sometimes I put the stream on at parts of the times of me painting. I paint long hours every day, and parts of it I stream. I started to work on those paintings over 2 years ago already. So they have started to advance already, and this one is with the deep sea creatures. This one with different creatures, organisms, and the views from deep underwater, from the depths where humans don't dive into, but only where they sort of put the optical instruments in for research. So I'm painting whilst working on the working out this composition. I've learned that there are such things as underwater waterfalls, underwater rivers, underwater volcanoes, or various parts of scapes that we see as a landscapes have some kind of equivalence in the depths of the sea and in deepest part of the ocean. And also I find the creatures living there absolutely amazing and fascinating. And now I'm working out the aspect of bioluminescence, which I'm using um, not only in this composition from the sixth, but specifically a lot I'm going to use it in this one. I was wondering if you are Russian, Miena, and sorry if I say your name in the wrong way. And if you are, then it is interesting because before there was a funny person sort of teasing me and provoking me, and they were going on about morals, and I thought that was interesting, and somehow through my mind came the culture of Russian people whose morals are sometimes a bit different than the others, and I find it interesting. And then you appear with the Russian name. It's nice to see. I appreciate your visit. That person who was talking to me and sort of provoking me, they were trying to act overly moralistic, but at the same time, they have proven to want to be, they have proven to that they would have just totally want to bastardize themselves if they could. Uh, and I was thinking about different moral attitudes and stance. And I thought about Russian people, and I do actually have to admit that I respect the way they are about morals because they aren't always so as the other people can. They give a different perspective. What I mean to say is they give different perspective onto so-called morals and things like that, and I do appreciate it actually. Maybe it doesn't make much sense. I'm just talking what I was thinking about. Hello, Breeze. I am painting one of six fourth-dimensional paintings which are part of my private collection. This one is 1 meter by 1 meter 40, composition including deep sea creatures, underwater rivers, underwater waterholes, underwater volcanoes, underwater waterfall, various elements from deep sea. I started to work on all those six paintings over 2 years ago, and specifically now, I am focusing on bioluminescence uh, as an aspect of this painting. So in these layers, I'm painting the objects that are there, um, influenced by this bioluminescence. Looks cool. Thank you very much, Breeze. I appreciate that. I was working out the light stuff on this painting, and that's when I came across an information that 3/4 of deep sea light is bioluminescent. And I was very pleased with that because I use traditional painting technique which originates from the Middle Ages, which in some way, despite the third dimension and third dimensionality, so traditionally presented object casting shadow type of thing, which also allows me to reach into the fourth dimension and explore that subject. So this bioluminescence perfectly um, uh, harmoniously works together with my middle with my originating from the Middle Ages technique. It is an oil painting. How long did this take? Looks like it was painted for months. That's right, Breeze. I started over 2 years ago, and usually one of my oil on canvas masterpieces take 2000 hours. But each one of these fourth dimensional ones is going to take longer than that. So I don't count time in the same way. I'm very well organized and my work is very predictable to me as I am a professional artist. It's just this is part of my private collection. So I treat, and it is about fourth dimension. So it is a little bit different with time on that. How long did this one particular one take up until now? Let me think. It's over 1,000 hours. That's the best way to say it, I think, because I started on the whole collection of six, like together, although each one of them is an independent painting. I still started six compositions to cover the subject of the fourth dimension, and I started on them simultaneously. But let's say this one is over 1,000 hours work up until now. Did you think it would be that loud? Yes. Yes, I did. Yeah. Do you think it will be on the stream how loud the music is? Yeah. Near me, especially the beats. It's mean like the ground is shaking. You crack the walls, and it all must be outdoors. Mm-hmm. Okay, we knew it would be loud, but I guess you didn't expect it to be such a bad music. Does that type? I thought something else. Exactly this type. Yeah, I would have thought that after so many months of not partying, they would have gone for something else than that. That it would take the flavor of this type of thing. Opposite, more gone crazy. Yes, opposite. It's more than that. Because before that, this style of level of sound and that was only at the peakest peak of summer and only up until certain time. Yeah, but I thought actually they missed out on winter and autumn and spring parties because summer they still had it. I wonder if the sound will be on the thing. You'll be. video. I was just working out this, but I think we have some music in the live campaign. But I'll stop the stream now. See you next time. Goodbye.